We are live, everybody. Welcome back to the Diaspora channel. I hope you guys are doing great, and thanks so much for tuning in tonight. If you are new here, I'm Kai Kabiam, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit or bell notification so you can be notified each time I go live or upload a video. And tonight we have another special, very interesting guest here tonight. So please give this stream a thumbs up, share, and just give us a little second, and we're going to dive right into it. I'll let Beacon of Light get say what he needs to share with us, because he has some great books lined up already. So he's going to tell us more about the books and where you guys can purchase those books. So please give this stream a thumbs up. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue sur Diaspora Channel. Je suis Kai Gabiam. J'espère que vous allez tous bien. Et ce soir, j'ai un auteur, écrivain, poète avec moi. Il s'appelle Odinga. Et ce soir, il va nous parler de ses écrits. Et il a publié en fait 2 livres cette année. Donc, il va nous parler de ça, nous montrer les livres et puis nous dire aussi là où vous pouvez acheter ces livres et partager aussi quelques conseils avec nous pour ceux d'entre vous qui sont aussi passionnés pour écrire les livres ou autre chose dans ce domaine. Il va nous parler de tout ça. Il est en fait disons, noir américain, comme on le dit souvent, mais d'origine nigériane. Donc, c'est un frère avec nous ce soir. So, how are you doing, Odinga?
I'm doing good. I am happy to be on this channel. I believe that we all need a platform where we can exchange views and have discussions about some of our issues, problems, solutions, and just doing it in a peaceful, educational, and inspiring way so that we can all take home some parts of each other, because your intellect with my intellect, when we fuse them together, we can build incredible communities, healthy ones, establish something beautiful that we all can be a part of. And being on this channel already has been very helpful for me to, get some of my views out into the world. I believe that if we continue this way, we can move mountains.
Definitely. Thanks so much, Odinga. Please introduce yourself and tell us about, I know you published 2 books this year already. So I would love to hear more about you and,
Okay.
your poem, your books.
Yes.
That's the main reason why we are here tonight. So
No
please
worries.
introduce yourself.
Okay, for all the viewers, my name is Odingas C.Anyabuike.Jr. I'm a junior. My father is a senior. My name Odingas is a lot of historical narratives that comes with that name. I just want to shorten it down because I don't want to go into too much historical narratives at this moment. But that name just means love. My last name is Anyabuike. It means I is power. So the I is power. Africans, well, from where I come from, my roots can be traced back to Nigeria. My father is a direct descendant from there. So I spent about 14 years there. I went to elementary school and high school in Nigeria before coming back to the States to go to college. And I learned a lot back home. I remember very vaguely now, but I believe Africa prepared me for survival. how to survive with less. I believe a lot of times we can be sidetracked by how well we have it outside of Africa in some aspects of life or living. That I believe sometimes I always ask people, if you haven't been outside of the country, you might need to, travel and just, learn about other people's cultures. You can actually take some of that knowledge back home, and it can help you wherever you reside around the world. But with that said, sharing this brief description about who I am. I'm an author. I'm a poet. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I've coached. I've taught. Um, I'm currently in the real estate business, but I'm not practicing real estate. I'm in the business. I'm actually working as a concierge as at a residential community property in Washington D.C. In my spare time, I like to read. I like to write. I like to do research. I self-published 2 books this year. I have been writing for some time, and my first experience writing, I picked up a Shakespeare book. I can't remember what the title was or is. So I was just inspired by
Mm.
how someone can write these short stanzas or verses, and it could mean so much. And I was like, wow, I just like how that sounds. And, you know, I just fell in love with that way of writing. And I started writing, roses are red, violets are blue, and all this other stuff. And over time, believe it or not, I began to write better
Uh-huh.
over the years. But not only writing poems, I started to write letters, essays, and I started to even improve. I remember when I was in high school back in Nigeria, my father had this thick dictionary, it's called Webster's American Dictionary. I had it in our little study room. And I
Wow.
used to go and open that book and just learn how to just build my vocabulary. And over time, I started to write down words and their meanings and learned how to use them in sentences and also in my everyday conversations. I
Wow.
remember I remember very vividly, some of my neighbors would say, I don't understand what you're saying, because I would use words that they couldn't understand, but I could understand. So, you know, it was but it was so amazing to me. And I
Mm.
wasn't trying to deceive anyone. I was just sharing what I know. But in my own way, it made me feel a little proud, but a little also educated. Like I was like, look, I can use this word because I understand it. And I know what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
So I would then start writing, also using some of these words. But over time, I realized that most people couldn't understand vividly what I was trying to convey. So I started to change how I wrote so
Mm.
that people can understand. And maybe I would throw in maybe one or two um, words that you might have to look up the dictionary. You have to look those words up in dictionary so you can get the full meaning. But I met a guy, he's a musician. And when he read one of my poems, he said, Odingas, I like how you write, but I just think you're writing too much.
Mm.
And then he told me, this is a true story. This is what he said. He said, Odingas, less is more, more is less. And I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean less is?
Exactly.
He said, less is more is less. When you write, you don't
Mm.
have to give the audience everything,
Right.
especially when you're writing poetry, because you want to keep people in suspense, but also you want to make them make whatever meaning they can get out of it on their own.
Mm.
So it's like you are giving them suspense, you're giving them a story, but they can actually live it and make whatever meaning they want to make from it. And I was like, okay, okay, okay. And then now I had to go on that journey of
Mm.
rewriting and giving people less, but also it makes sense, but not to convince or not to deceive anyone by how I'm writing, but I'm giving
Mm.
you something that is very valid. You can do your research on it. You can even study it. You can take it and you can probably make whatever story you want to make out of it. But I began to write more back in 2010 because
Okay.
I've written two books before while in college, but
Wow.
they were just for me. I just call them the stepping stones to my success today. Because back then, when I look back, I was just still in my early stages of perfecting my mastercraft. And moving forward to 2020,
Mm.
I was like, wow, two books? Me? I was like, wow. So a lot of times I will put this writing stuff away. I'll say, I can write. I don't need to write a book. Who's going to read the book?
Oh,
I used to doubt this
yourself.
whole writing books. I was like, who's going to read it? Like who? Nobody wants to read what I have to say. So it took a while for me to convince myself and really tell myself, look, you only need one person to read it, just one. If the whole world
Starting
doesn't read
point.
it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if the whole world rejects it, fine. But if one person accepts it, that's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I began to build my motivation back up and say, you know what, I'm going to write a book. I don't know how it's going to look, I don't know how it's going to end, but I'm going to start. And when I'm done, I will know that I'm done. And it took me years because I wanted to keep my natural voice. I don't want to collaborate with anyone right now. I just wanted to see if Odingas, can do it. And because I put all my energy, my time, my effort, I'm very happy that I did this on my own,
Mm.
but with the help of other sources, because I read a lot, that has helped me bridge whatever gap that I could have been lacking to
Mm.
what now these two books have become. And that's just everything in a nutshell. I mean, and for whoever is watching, if you have a dream, if you have something you want to do in your life, doubts will come. People will
Mm.
discourage you. Um, just do it. That's why I love the
Do it.
Nike. I love the Nike slogan. Just do it. I
Just
love that
do it.
slogan. I'm telling you, I love that slogan because whoever came up with that slogan, they
Mm.
knew all along. It's not about talking a lot. It's about doing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I make comments about that, just do it, because that's all there is to life. Everything is an experiment. Nobody really knows.
Mm.
We're just experimenting with this with our creativity. And I will stop here and let you speak. Recently I posted this quote on my social media page, and this is how it goes: revolutionize your mind. The only reparations you need
Mm-hmm.
already resides in your creativity.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
That's deep.
Because we all have power. But the problem is we have externalized our power to institutions that don't serve us. And
Mm.
even if they served us, it's for their own greater benefit.
Definitely, I agree with that. I agree with that. So, what you poem and books? So, what is your inspiration?
My inspiration to writing has always been, I want to share my experiences with the world.
Mm.
I've been through a lot in my 30 something years on this planet. I don't even have to live 2,800 years to just see what is going on. I have lived enough to see what's going on. So it's like, what are we going to do about some of our problems? Because everything I've written from my first book to to these two books is talking about our problems and solutions. So in 54 Shades of Now, I talk about problems that are currently in our experiences now. That's why
Mm.
it's called 54 Shades of Now.
And why that title though? I'm like
Uh,
54 Shades of Now.
okay,
Okay,
good
Odinga, I want to know why you chose that title for your book.
Good question. Okay, so when I first came up with this idea of writing a book, I didn't give it a title. I was just writing. Okay, and then all of a sudden, I was like, I think when 50 Shades of Now first came out,
Mm.
not too long ago, and everybody was going to the movies to watch it, and people were saying, "Oh, the book is really good. The book is really good." I said 50 Shades of Gray. It's because I think it's yeah 50 Shades of Gray. And I was like, huh, 50 Shades of Gray. Let me come up with something, a catch phrase that
Mm.
would make people wonder about this book. So I was like, but I don't want to give it 50. I want to
Mm.
give it something else.
Okay.
So one day I was looking at the map of Africa and I started counting the countries. I was like, you know what? It's a 54. Huh, 54. And and I said, you know what? I need to come up with a way that is going to reflect some of the problems. And 54 is a perfect number because we have 54 countries in Africa. And on top of that, I love the number 9 because the number 9 is the most powerful or one of the powerful frequencies in numerology. And remember from the first when I first came on your platform, and I actually explained why this is true. Um, the number 9, whenever you multiply any number with 9, it will always equal 9. If you add any number to 9, it will equal 9. And I was like, why is this?
I have to try that.
And then, but listen, this is what I did. 9 plus 1 sorry, 9 times 1 equals 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 9 times 2 equals 18.
Yeah.
Now, 1 plus 8 still equals 9. It
Yeah.
always goes back to 9. And I was like, you know what? And then if you add all the natural numbers, it will equal 9 too. 0 to 9. If you add all those numbers, it equals to 45, but 4 plus 5 equals 9 again. So I was like, you know what? 54 is a powerful number. I'm going to stick with 54. And I didn't want to do 63. I didn't want to do 72. I just wanted to stick to 54 because of the 54 countries in Africa. And there are problems there that are happening now.
Mm.
And my subtitle says, the best ransom for the mind is wisdom. Because even in the Bible, the whole Bible is talking about wisdom. We
Mm.
lack wisdom. That's why we are suffering.
Mm.
You see? So, in essence, I felt like 54 Shades of Now had to be the perfect title. And then my subtitle at the end of the day, if you don't have wisdom, you cannot live on this planet in peace, harmony, and in some type of cohesiveness with the natural order of existence.
Thanks, Odinga. That's so deep and a very very catchy title. The next book is I think
Go in the
the
back. Go in the back and
Ghost of
answer.
the
Go in the back. Go ahead.
your second book is Ghosts of the Universe. Can you tell us a little bit about that book, please?
Okay, so this is the book here, Ghosts of the Universe. Um, I was writing, I was working on this one, 54 Shades of Now, and I stopped.
Right.
Okay, I took a trip with my entire family last year, 2019. We went to Shenandoah in Virginia. Shenandoah is about 2.5 hour drive from Washington D.C. We went out to just like in a country where there was a lot of trees. I mean, it's just peaceful. I'm telling you, like peaceful. And we rented a cabin, a small cabin, just my family. So
Mm.
we went out there and started to just camp. We camped there for a week. And I had an epiphany during that time. So when I came back the following week,
Mm.
I started writing again. Now, mind you, I had stopped writing 54 Shades of Now. Even my daughters would tell you, like, Daddy, when is 54 Shades of Now coming out? You've been writing this book for years. I said, don't
Oh,
worry. I said, don't worry. Great work requires time. It will
time,
come
yeah.
out. It will come out when I'm ready to have it come out.
Mm-hmm.
So I started writing again. And I kid you not, I couldn't stop. I kept going and going. I was like, wow, this stuff is going to turn into a book. And I think it took me 3 weeks to just get Ghosts of the Universe to like a body of what it will be later will become. And to my surprise, I was like, wow, where did that come from? So, mind you, I had stopped writing 54 Shades of Now. Now I'm writing a new book out of the blue,
Oh.
out of the blue, out of the
Mm-hmm.
blue. And towards the end of 2019, the book was ready. All I needed to do was go back and re-edit and edit. So the editing part is what takes more time for me.
Okay.
And I went back and I just kept re-editing. I could edit so many times to the point where I said it was ready. So I think maybe March of 2020, the book was ready, and I published it through an independent black business who later shipped me about 50 copies. And my first batch of the books, when it came, it went like in less than a week, because a
Wow.
lot of people when they read just the back part of it, they were sold. They was like, wait a minute, what are you going to talk about? I need to read this book.
By the way, you have
And
some great reviews on your website
yes,
that, I'll read maybe one or two towards the end.
yes.
No,
So
guys, I'll say it right now. Please, 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 you need to check um, 54 Shade of Now, Ghosts of the Universe, both on Amazon and Odingas website. So you guys need to check that out. Sorry, Odingas, go
yes,
ahead.
no worries, no worries. So that's how it began. And before I know it, the book I was writing prior, I stopped for a while
Mm,
and picked up a new out of the blue write up, and all of a sudden this stuff became a book. And then when I finished Ghosts of the Universe,
mm.
I was now in a better position to go back to the 54 Shades of Now and complete that. And I completed Ghost 54 Shades of Now this fall. So matter of fact, not too long ago, maybe 2 months ago, I just concluded it. I got my manuscript ready, and then went ahead and published it.
Mm. You are a great, great, great author, poet. I just want to know, apart from Shakespeare, you did mention him early of, the beginning of our interview. You did mention him. Are there some other poets out there or writer that actually influence your writing?
Oh yeah. What's her name? Nikki Giovanni.
Hmm.
She's a really, really good poet. I mean, a matter of fact, I bought two of her books years ago,
Okay.
and I still have those books. But see, I'm the type of person when I read other people's work,
Hmm.
because I'm a writer too. I don't like to, what word would I use? I don't like to dwell on their creativity. I just read it to appreciate it, but then I close that book and and then I sit down and create my own. You see what I mean? So I mean, it's like I don't want to sound redundant or repeat what someone else is saying. So I tend to read other people's books and works or masterpiece, and I say, wow, very inspiring. I love it. And then I go back on my own quiet time and I just sit and I just write. But I write things that I am inspired to write, or I can even create a world that doesn't exist, but when you read it, you feel like this world exists. And that's what creativity is all about, creating things out of nothing and bring it into the world and they become something.
So I know you are a father, husband, and obviously you are here to tell us about your books. So that is a lot. I just want to know how you manage like to have a life work balance.
Uh-huh. Okay. So I have to be honest,
Mm,
being a father, a husband, working outside of the home, and
mm.
you are never free. Even when you come back home, it's always something you have to do.
To do, I agree.
So um honestly speaking, I never really have the time, but
Mm,
it's like this. This is my philosophy. You would never have enough time. You just have to make that time.
mm,
Because if I keep saying I would do something and I'm not doing it, it'll just keep procrastinating.
mm.
And I have to be honest, even my wife, I mean, kudos to her. I love her. I mean, without her, this book won't be possible because there were times where she felt neglected. And she used to always tell me, you always at that, I don't want to use the word, but you always at that computer. You always at that computer. You keep writing, writing, writing. You need to come. And I was like, honey, just give me a second. I have a thought. Let me just put this down. I'm coming over and I'll spend some time. And as a writer, I could be taking a walk down the street and a thought would just pop in my head. And I bring my phone out and just go straight to my notepad and just jot it down or type it down. It's because thoughts always come. It's just that most of the time, either those thoughts are positive or negative, or when they come, we don't sit back and just reassess them. And
Mm,
because a lot of us, all human beings, all creatures in the universe, all whatever beings you want to call them, all of us have power and creativity. And that's why I'm a firm believer of this. When you are in your quiet space, that's the best time the most greatest of greatest thoughts come to you.
mm,
I could be sweeping my room, the living room, and the best thoughts will come to me. But when I'm playing loud music or there's just noise everywhere, I never have those thoughts. Daddy, mom is here. I never have those thoughts, never. But when I'm doing something that requires my focus, my vision,
mm.
undivided attention, that's when I'm telling you, it happens to me all the time. The best thoughts come, the best decisions, solutions, suggestions. I could be just lying in bed and wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I had this thing just I don't know how it came. And before now I'm started I typing or I'm writing or I'm forming equations to solve a problem.
Great. So, um, my next question is, I just want to know, apart from writing, what
Mm-hmm.
are your, other things you do in your spare time, like your hobbies?
Um, I'm a soccer fanatic. I love soccer. I've been playing since I was 7. I learned how to play when I went to Nigeria because I told my father's Nigerian. I spent 14 years there, so I learned how to play while I was in Lagos, Nigeria. I spent most of my time in Lagos, Nigeria, And I, I wanted, believe it or not, I wanted to become a professional soccer player at one point in my human experience. But it didn't work as I had planned. I was in my late 20s while I was pursuing that dream. But long story short, when it didn't work out, I just went ahead and taught. I became a coach. So during my spare time, I coach soccer. But with COVID right now, nobody wants to do anything with kids or coming out with a coach. I mean, everyone is like a little bit hesitant when it comes to outdoor sports right now, especially in the States. So during my spare time, if I'm not writing, I'm either watch a soccer game when it comes on television, or I spend time with my kids, um, or I read a book. I love investing in stocks, so I spend some time researching about other companies, where to invest, where to put my money.
Mm.
So I do a whole slew of things. It could be random. Sometimes I can just pick up a magazine and just read a comic book. I could sometimes play a board game. It could be chess. It could be checkers. It could be um, um, what's it called? This again we call here is called bogo. Oh no, bogle. Bogle. It's almost like Scrabble, but it's different. So or card game. So there's other things that I'll do within around my family. If I'm outside, I could just exercise, go for a quick run, or just around town and come back. I love to exercise. I love music. Hopefully one day I would come up with my maybe a song or something one day. I don't know. But like I like I've
That would
always
be
said,
interesting.
yeah. But like I've always said, there's so much I'm still learning about myself
Mm.
that I don't want to limit myself to just writing or reading books, because
Mm.
I could do many other things if I give it some time, and I'll be surprised what else I can do that I've not even tapped into.
Great. Any poems you prepared to read for us tonight?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, great.
Matter of fact, this poem is gonna come from this book, 54 Shades of Now. I'm
All
gonna
right.
read it. Um, and here we are. Okay, the title of this poem is Real Power. Okay, here we go. Real power is very calm and quiet, always learning in every era, doesn't require boasting at all, operates best with perfect action. With right timing, it quiets even the loudest mouths that brag about all their might and clouts. There is indeed real power in being quiet.
Mm.
You must plan, though, using your magnificent brain power. Just try it. You'll see. You already have that power in you. Make use of it today.
Mm.
You are a magician by nature. I perceive there's going to be pain. I can also see the storm coming. Heavy winds are blowing from all directions, but I'm not running. I'm standing still. Let the rain come till I can make use of its benevolent will. Let it, therefore, invigorate all things. For I know the nature of water waves. It does wonders with its healing powers, and surely softens any form of hardness. Real power is fearless. It knows when to strike at the right second, minute, or hour. You must know who you really are. No, you are not just a name or a binary code or set of numbers. You are I am having a human experience on earth. You were appointed at the right time, so tap into your essence now. You are here to solve problems on earth. For you are what you have been waiting for.
Wow, amazing. Amazing, amazing. Thanks so much for that beautiful, beautiful poem. Guys, I've just put Odinga's Instagram page link in the chat. Please go and check that out. He has his own YouTube channel as well, which is going to be in the bio of the page on Instagram. So follow him and you'll be able to know more about, the great work he's doing out there.
I
And
also
all the books. Yeah,
I,
yeah, go
I
ahead.
also put my website there too. I just typed it in the chat. I don't know who's going to
Okay.
be able to see it, but it's in the chat. My
Right.
website. If they want to know more about me, they can read my bio on my about to page on my
Mhm.
website as well.
Uh, yeah, I think with the link to the page, you have everything you need there, but also the one I put in the chat, you can DM Odinga if you have any question. Feel free to do that, to order the book both on Amazon. I'm trying to put his own website now as well in the chat, but I'll add
Mhm.
it later in the description for both for the people that watch this live later. So please check him out. And, I would suggest everyone that will watch this later, or the people right here with us, you need to check 54 Shade of Now and Ghost of the Universe. Two great books. You have to put right there in on your bookshelves, and read it. Let the younger one read it as well. Those are two great books.
Also, if when you
Mm,
when the viewers buy the book, don't just let it sit on the bookshelf and
mm,
attract dust. They need to read it and reread it and reread it again and pass it
mm,
on to their loved ones, because
mm-hmm,
there is a message in each book. There's a message in each book, because a lot of times I come across people who feel like when when they read a title, they like, I'm not too sure,
mm,
because but again, there's a saying that goes with that: don't judge a book by its cover. You have to open the book and read it, because a lot of times I've come across books and I'm like, what is this? And then I open it, I was like, wait a minute, I'm buying this book, because again, it takes that effort, that extra effort to just
mm,
open the book. And the good thing about Amazon, they have excerpts. There are excerpts there. You can look inside the book, read a couple of pages, and if
mm.
you like what you've read, or if something triggers you, like, wait a minute, I need to know this, purchase the book. Purchase the book.
Yeah, let me just read two review quick, and then we're going
Okay.
to close out. This is from your website,
Yes.
Intelligent Work from a well-crafted writer, a must-read book. Every household must have Ghosts of the Universe on their bookshelf. Like you said, get
Yes.
it, read it. When you put it out, on the shelf, make sure you take it out again, read it, and then you can pass it to the next person. So some great reviews on your website. Another one here is written is like creating another universe. I feel Odinga's energy as if I was beside him, partaking in his vision and creativeness. So guys, please check him out. The number in platform. aim of this platform is to support our businesses, and Odinga share a lot with us tonight when it comes to what he put in his work. And like, you have to read the book to understand exactly what we are
Exactly.
saying. So
Yes.
please check him out, and also subscribe to his YouTube channel. First go on Instagram, follow him there, and then you'll be able to see, like I mentioned, the link as well for the YouTube channel, and subscribe to that channel. Anything you want to say to us? Last word before we end the stream, Odinga?
Okay, the last word I have to say is know thyself. Know
Mm,
thyself. Spend time with yourself. Too many times we are running from ourselves to look for external forces to
mm,
complement ourselves. But if you don't spend time with yourself, how can you attach yourself to someone else? Because we are our greatest critics, our greatest friends, our greatest advisors. And I'm not saying that you can't get advice outside,
mm,
but too many of us, because I've been through this journey and I'm still going through it, because you never know the whole package of who you really are. And that's why the experiment is so rich and so forthcoming. So the last words I have to say is just, guys, know thyself, study yourself, spend time with yourself. There's so much creativity inside of you that you have not even tapped into. But if you spend time with yourself in a quiet space, wherever, it could be your backyard, it could be at a park, it could be in your car, it could be when you're taking a shower, when nobody is around, you're just by yourself and you're calm and quiet, and you hear all those chatter, hear all those noise. Just keep
mm,
quiet, observe all the noise, and I guarantee you, over time, you will pick one important aspect about yourself. Because the more you hear those chatter, there's something in those chatter that is telling you, wake up. It's time to do what you came on this planet for. Because we
mm.
all have a gift. We are all unique. We're here to solve the problems here, and we must do it because we can.
We must do it because
We can.
thanks so much, Odinga, for your time. So, pour les francophones, ceux d'entre vous qui parlent aussi l'anglais ou bien qui peuvent lire les livres en anglais, vous pouvez aussi commander les deux livres de Odinga sur Amazon et puis sur son site d'Internet. Franchement, les revues sont très, très, très bons, et vous allez beaucoup apprendre parce qu'il a détaillé certaines choses qui va vraiment vous inspirer. Donc, je vais vous encourager tous à, à vous pouvez soit l'acheter, comme je l'ai dit, sur Amazon ou sur son site d'Internet. Merci beaucoup de nous avoir suivis ce soir. Si c'est votre première fois ici, n'oubliez pas de vous abonner, activer la cloche. À très, à très bientôt. Demain, je serai là avec un autre invité qui va partager d'autres choses avec nous, vraiment, vraiment intéressantes aussi concernant euh, plein de choses qu'il fait en fait. Donc, il faut nous joindre ici demain, 19h heure d'Angleterre. And Odinga, thanks so much for sharing those great things with us. We know a bit about your books. So I hope everyone here try your best, even if it's one book you can get for yourself or as
Yeah,
a present for someone. It's always
exactly.
going to be a great help for our brother here. And thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Please don't forget to give this stream a thumbs up, share as well, so other people can know about the great and amazing work of Odinga, and hopefully we'll support him as well. And I'll see you all tomorrow, 7 p.m. UK time, with another guest here. And Odinga, thanks so much for your time.
Thank
And
you.
I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night.